Hi, today we're going to go over setting secRMM security properties. And you can set the secRMM security properties in a few different ways. Locally, you can do it through the Computer Management Console. Centrally, you can do it using Active Directory or System Center Configuration Manager. And of course, secRMM is completely scriptable, so you can run scripts on it as well. Today we're going to cover these top allowed security properties because these are the most popular ones, and we'll go through each one and we'll try and write files to an Android tablet device today. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll look at the output in, of course, the Windows event log, but just to make it easier today, we'll use the secRMM Excel add-in that sits on top of the event log and will show us the data in real time, and it's easier to view. So let's start with the first security property. What I want to tell secRMM is that the end users can only copy files from this folder on the local drive. So let me plug in the Android tablet, and we'll see the operating system come up with a mount shortly. You can see here's the Android device coming online to Windows. So if we take a quick look at what we have in the event log, you can see that we've changed a property of secRMM. Here we said that the allowed directories property is set to this value. And then we see two online events, and that's because the tablet has two different storage objects. One is the flash memory and one is an SD card. So let's take a look, and let's try and copy a file to the flash memory to start. And the point here is that, remember, we told secRMM that the users could only copy from this directory. So let's try and drop a file over to the Android device, and you can see that we got a message saying that access was denied. And if we look in the event log, we can see that we got a message in the secRMM event log telling us that a particular user right here tried to copy something to this device, and this is what they tried to copy, and it failed because the source directory property was set to this particular folder. Okay, so that's number one. Let's come back in here, and if we double click on the row and we clear it, we'll check that one. The next one we'll do is, let's try and limit what the end user can copy by file extension. So I tell them that they're only allowed to copy out Excel files. And again, just to keep this video as short as possible, let's try and copy this doc file. Okay, and you can see we got an access denied, just like we did last time. But if we look in the event log, the error message is telling us that the end user tried to copy a file that was not an XLS file. Okay, that's number two. Let's clear the log. Okay, next we want to limit what types of mobile or storage devices the end user can copy from, and this is accomplished through what you see on the internet, where they call them vendor IDs and product IDs, or VIDs and PIDs. So remember, we have an Android device mounted. Let's tell secRMM that they can only write to the Apricorn category of devices, and Apricorn is a partner of Squadra Technologies, and they have a whole suite of hardware devices, security hardware devices. So again, essentially what we've just done is told secRMM that in your environment you can only use particular types of devices. And if we go to do our write, again we get the access denied, and our error is that the write failed because of an internal ID failure. Okay, so moving on, let's clear this out and let's limit what program they can use. And so typically you might just want to allow your end users to be able to use Explorer. But for our demo today, I'm going to say that the end user can only use the command window, or commonly called the DOS window. Okay. So let's try our write again. Okay, we got our access denied, and this time we got a program authorization. So let me speed this up because I'm sure you're getting the gist of how these work. The next one is serial numbers, so I can limit what devices are allowed in the domain based on their serial number, and there's some really sophisticated algorithms you can use here to map a single device to a single user, or a single device to a group of users using Active Directory. But for time, I'm going to put an allowed serial number that, of course, isn't the flash ROM of the Android or the SD card. And we'll do our copy. And we got the failure. And just as before, now we have a serial number, failure, double click, clear, okay. And this, for the last one, the last example, we'll use a user ID so I can limit what users in the domain are allowed to use removable media. Okay. I guess I'll just clear this. So now we're back to square one, where we're going to allow the write. And now we'll write a file to the device. And here's a successful write of a file to the device. That's a quick demo of how to use secRMM security properties. Thank you very much, and have a good day.